Every day, millions of internet users ask one of Google Life's most difficult questions. If we successfully land on Mars, could we live there? Men and women who want to leave the birthplace of humanity and the only haven in the solar system for an interminable voyage in a cramped container with people you would probably learn to hate, the Red Planet. No matter how much we wish for this new home, the Red Planet remains a hostile world for many kinds of life, and anyone who managed to get there must be willing to live in a pressurized pod, drink crewmates' recycled urine, and endure poor broadband service. But what if there is a system for creating small islands of habitability that would allow us to transform Mars in a controlled and scalable way? Could we possibly call Mars home and a place to live? Make sure you watch this video to the end, because scientists may have just found a way to make Mars habitable. Ready to explore? Hit the red button below this video to subscribe and the bell button to get notified of our new videos. Let's face it, humanity need to make Mars our next home, and for several reasons. For one, there's the spirit of exploration, setting foot on a new world and exploring the next great frontier, as the Apollo astronauts did in the late 60s and early 70s. And if we must create a backup location for humanity, in case life on Earth becomes untenable due to climate change and we can no longer feed ourselves, then we need an alternative planet. In that respect, Mars is the next natural destination. Even though Mars is pretty great and the next habitable planet after Earth for mankind, it's incredibly hostile if you need to breathe. First, there's no air on Mars, so if you were dropped on the surface, the view would be spectacular. Then you'd quickly pass out and expire a couple of minutes later from lack of oxygen. There's also virtually no air pressure and temperatures are incredibly cold. And of course, there's the constant radiation streaming from space. In the face of these challenges, will there ever be a time when we call Mars home? To survive the lack of air pressure and the cold on the Red Planet, Martians need a spacesuit whenever they go outside, as every hour they spend outside will add to their radiation exposure, not to mention all the complications like cancer that exposure to radiation brings. To tackle this, scientists have discovered materials that could minimize thermal conductivity but still transmit as much light as possible. One such material is the silica aerogel. Silica aerogel is one of the most insulating materials ever created. Silica aerogels are extremely porous, 90% porous. This means light can move through it and still blocks harmful ultraviolet radiation. Silica aerogel in theory could transmit enough light for photosynthesis while permanently raising temperatures above water's melting point, and it could do all this without any internal heat source. Silica aerogel is a promising material because its effect is passive. It wouldn't require large amounts of energy or maintenance of moving parts to keep an area warm over long periods. In their study, researchers were able to demonstrate that a thin layer of silica aerogel increased Mars-like surfaces to Earth-like temperatures. Put simply, the material mimicked Earth's atmosphere. Without any other technology or physics, silica aerogel provides permanent liquid water on Mars. To thrive on Mars, the brave adventurers may also want to change themselves or possibly their offspring. This could lead to genetic engineering to help future generations adapt to low gravity, higher radiation, and lower air pressure. And why stop at humans? Human colonists could also adapt their plants and animals to live there as well. Finally, to take things to the next level, humanity could make a few planetary renovations. We could change Mars itself through the process of terraforming. To do this, we'll need to release megatons of greenhouse gases to warm the planet and unleash the frozen water reserves. Even though this might take thousands or even millions of years to achieve, the technology required to do all this is within our means, and the process could restore Mars to a place where we could live without a spacesuit. So what do you think? Would you like to be part of Mars terraforming expedition? Tell us in the comments below, and if you like this video, give it a like, share and subscribe for more interesting videos from Brilliance.